Hello everybody, it's Dirty Games here with a theory. Well, not so much a theory, just more like an explanation of sorts. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a video on the Tiger 1, I'm sorry. Tiger 1, whoa. Okay, so let's just bring up this. Okay, so here we have the German tech tree. There's the Tiger 1, the beautiful Tiger 1. So, what is the Tiger 1? The Tiger 1 is a Tier 7 German heavy tank that was used in World War II. The Germans clearly used it, and was possibly the best tank in World War II that was mass-produced. I say mass-produced even though, 1,346 were ever built, something like that. That's just a number off the top of my head. So, what is the Tiger 1? Well, I just explained. I'm stupid, okay? I'm sorry. So, what this tank is that it's a Tier 7 heavy tank, I already said that. And a lot of people in-game, if you are playing one or you see one, a lot of people don't like the Tiger 1 because they think it's not well armored, it only has 100 millimeters of armor. That's angle, okay. It's completely flat with only 100 millimeters of armor. Why is this tank so bad? Well, actually, if we go back to World War II, nothing in its time could penetrate the front of a Tiger 1. Except for a Firefly, Hellcat, there's another one, but I just can't remember it off the top of my head. So let's just go with the Firefly and the Hellcat, which are technically both tank destroyers, but even though the Firefly is a British medium tank in World of Tanks. But anyway, so this tank is very similar to the Tiger P, which is Tiger Porsche. Tiger 1 is Henschel's version of the Tiger. And if you don't know, Hitler had a competition between Mr. Porsche and Mr. Henschel. Henschel won. Porsche won the Tiger 2 and the Mouse. Is that right? Or did Henschel? Henschel has a turret on the Tiger 2, but so does Porsche. But the Porsche turret is the turret that was in World War II for a certain period of time. Anyway, so correct me if I'm wrong. So it looks similar to the Tiger P. You look at the Tiger 1, Tiger P, very similar. What's the difference? Well, Tiger P, a lot more frontal armor. 200 goes up to 13, it seems, which it's good. Tier 7 and lower, not a lot of things are going to pen that. Tiger 1, 100, a lot of tanks are going to pen that. But here's where the difference comes in, is that the Tiger P is garbage compared to the Tiger 1. Okay, my opinion. Well, actually, no, not my opinion. It's pretty truthful, really. The Tiger P is a lot slower, a lot worse mobility than the Tiger 1. Tiger 1 is a lot larger of a tank. It's more, and it has more health, if I'm not mistaken. I think the Tiger P has 1,450 and this has 1,500. Has the second most health for any Tier 7 heavy tank. Even more health than a lot of Tier 8 tanks. So, in terms of health, it's a good tank. Now, say for example you're going against a Tier 6 that can't pen this tank and only can pen the turret. This. It would be the exact same on this. Because if you notice, turret, at some spots is even less armored than the one on the Tiger. So, really, if you're a lower tier tank, and the only spot you can pen is the mantlet, the cupola, then being in the Tiger 1 would be better, because not only it's more armored, it's a smaller target, but that's where the armor is only better on the Tiger 2. the side and rear are the exact same. But a lot of people don't understand. Tiger P is meant as to push the tanks, okay? Tiger P, if there was 5 Tiger Ps and 5 Tiger 1s, the Tiger Ps would be in front of the Tiger 1s, taking all the shots. The Tiger 1 would be in the back sniping, because that's what Tigers were meant to do. That's what they were purposely designed to do in World War II. They were sniping tanks. If you notice, not a lot of Tiger 2s were squadronized. If you hear a lot about a single Tiger tank taking out like 10 Shermans, that's what the Tiger was meant to do. But if you notice, like, the Shermans would be like, we didn't even see it until it took down like 6 or 7 of our tanks. So that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be hiding in cover and sniping. Now, of course, there are cases like in Operation Barbarossa, which is basically the invasion of Russia. I don't think they had Tigers there. Maybe they. I think they did have Tigers when they wanted to push Russia the second time. The first time they failed because the T-34s and KV-1s were too strong. Then they got the Tiger 1, and they just destroyed the Russians, but they didn't want to push too far in because they were already losing too many Tigers. But, yeah. So, Tiger 1. Sniper. Not a lot of armor. Hides in back. Uses its camo rating. Put camo net on this tank. You will be very happy that I said that, because you can have camo net. Now I have my marks of excellence on this tank, so don't say that. I'm not saying that I'm good in Tiger 1. Far from it. I'm decent. I'd like to say I'm in like about 85 or more percent better than players in terms of damage and spotting. You know, experience, or yeah. No, damage caused, yeah, that's it. So, don't say that I'm not the best in the world, but I'm good. I like to think that I'm good at Tiger 1, and this is what I used camouflage net and large caliber gun rammer, because the gun on this tank is awesome. We have 203 millimeters of penetration and 240 damage. It's amazing, okay? This gun is amazing. Some people even use this gun on the Tiger 2, and even some people used it on the E75, because the E75 can get this exact same gun. And it's still good all the way up to when you're playing a tier 9 tank. Now, a lot of people get the 120 millimeter gun. I think. I'm not even going to check. I'm just... Okay, I'm going to check. 120, yeah, okay, 128, close enough. 128 millimeter gun. But other than that, this gun is extraordinary. For tier 7, I'd say this is one of the best guns for a tier 7 heavy tank, if not the best gun. Only would be rivaled against a T29. Now, if you're in a Tiger 1 and you're the only heavy tank on your team, you're gonna have a bad time. Pun intended. Well, that's not really a pun, that's just a joke. Okay, so anyway, so this tank has extraordinary, has awesome 7-second reload time for 200 millimeters penetration. You're gonna basically guarantee a pen on anything except for T29's turret, or an E75's hull, or a Tiger 2's upper plate, that kind of thing. So let's go. So yeah, it's with a good crew, I'm pretty sure it goes up to like 7 seconds plus the gun rammer. Unless this is calculating then all of it, and I'm just a retard, because I swear my Tiger 1 has 7-second reload. Anyway, and then you want to get enhanced gun laying drive. So if I take this off. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it does go down to like 7 seconds. Okay, so then you want enhanced gun laying drive to make this tank even more accurate than what it is, because it already is a pretty accurate tank. 34. Now the most accurate heavy tank in the game is one up from this tank, the Tiger 2, which has 30. Okay, and the Tiger 2 is my favorite tank ever to exist, ever. And I think that's the tank that I'm going to be doing next. So my point is on this tank is that it's a good tank. Definitely should get it. Would recommend 10 out of 10. But you are not going to have a good time if you like to play like tanks like the Mouse or the E100 that take shots. Well, if you have the E100, clearly you're going to have to go through the Tiger 1. But if you play like those kind of tanks, even like definitely the Japanese tanks, if you played the Japanese tanks and you're like, you know, I'll get the E100. The E100's gun is similar to some of the Japanese guns, so it can't be too bad. And then you get to the VK, and you're just like, damn, this has good armor for tier 100. The VK's armor is basically the exact same as the Tiger 1. Okay, so you're gonna be like, damn, this is good. Oh, by the way, when it just goes up there, it's just angled really well. So you're like, damn, this is a nice tank. Tiger 1 must be amazing. And then you play the Tiger 1 like you play a Japanese heavy or a Russian heavy, where you think that, oh, I can just drive up and take hits. No, you can't do that in the Tiger 1. It has a lot of health, so it can stay back and get shot when it needs to. Its armor is not reliable, so do not rely on its armor to save you. Angling it like this, because it is a box, so you want to angle it somewhat like this, I'd say. I'm not an expert on this tank by all means. Actually, you know what? Even more, exaggerate that angle. There we go. This is the kind of angle you want. Okay, something like this. You have a maximized chance of bouncing, but this is where looking at enemy tanks and seeing, like, looking at their WN8 and seeing how smart they play. Because a bad player, if they're angled like this, they'd be used to shooting at the bottom plate. So let's exaggerate that. So to be shooting at the bottom plate, but that's a horrible idea to do on Tiger. You should be shooting this or the turret, because turret is very thin. And even if you angle your turret just a slight bit, I was thinking of a different tank, I'm sorry. But this tank is rounded, so the turret is rounded, I'm sorry. So it can bounce some shots, but not a lot. If you go hull down, that's probably your best bet, really. If you are trying to play aggressive, but really just play this tank like a support tank, okay? And then you should do fine. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the Tiger 1. I sure did. I love my Tiger 1. Probably one of my favorite tanks in World of Tanks. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, do something. I don't know. You just literally just do anything. Anyway, goodbye.